What's going on, guys? Coach Chrispect, the wise guy on YouTube. So I'm just headed home right now, and we're a little bit of a blizzard going on here in Vancouver. Shout out to all the Vancouverites who go live with me. We are trekking home after a solid retail arbitrage day, and just headed home now to go and hang out with fam. Had to go to the office and do some work as well. What's going on, Ontario? We're getting your weather here. So from sunny to funny, we are whiteout, hanging out in Vancouver. Craziest thing, like, people go, Vancouver, don't complain about the snow. You gotta understand, we got mountains here. All of our hills are 45-degree angles. So going down these hills, it doesn't matter how slow you go, eventually you're gonna slide to the very bottom. So that's the problem with snow in Vancouver, is the hills. That, in combination with probably some of the worst drivers, including myself, that roam these mad streets in Vancouver. So, but some of the back roads, they're obviously, this city's never prepared for snow. So you'll never see a plow truck out or icing machines until it's too late. A lot of times they'll just wait a couple days and think that's okay. So the ground will freeze over. I'm looking down these side streets and they're just like, might as well be on some water slides going down some of these side streets. It's pretty great. But traffic's been pretty heavy, and just trying to actually get out there and get some books for my book inventory. Can't go down there. Just trying to get some books for my book inventory today. My wife hit up a I don't know if for Vancouverites, if you're in Vancouver, set sales. I don't know if you're familiar with set sales. If I were in eBay, I would be all over these set sales. I guess iZombie, the show iZombie, had a set sale today. My wife picked me up a mint, brand new, probably used like once, twice on set, Patrick Ewing jersey, extra large, my size, in perfect condition. I was looking on eBay, they go from anywhere from like $60 to like $200. I'd have to check it out, but I'll probably keep that bad boy. And then apparently someone with, I think my wife, one of my daughter's friends, bought like some Timberlands, some brand new Timberlands for $20. My son bought like 10, 12 t-shirts, a few jackets for nothing. So set sales, pretty cool. Apparently they happen all the time. That's how much I know about all these kind of, I know nothing when it comes to like thrift shopping. I'm really, really unknowledgeable at that type of stuff. But it'd be interesting, I don't know. Is that something I should probably be looking at? Most of the eBay people I know in Canada aren't really killing it. I haven't met anybody who's like, you know, holding down fort on eBay in Canada. So that'd be interesting. If you hold down fort on eBay in Canada, let me know. Just hit me up. Yeah, so I'm really right now in the mode of just swimming and sourcing what's moving in my inventory. A lot of my retail arbitrage inventory is moving right now, from books to toys to cosmetics to shampoos, baby stuff, a lot of individual SKUs. I wouldn't say the whole entire category of all the different units I have, but there's just a variety of, I don't know, I maybe have 10 really hot products right now that are killing it. At least 10 that are just selling. And for killing it for me, for retail arbitrage, if I see a product, one product hit 5 sales in a day, to me that's killing it. That's a grand slam, in the sense that, you know, in Canada, I don't know that a lot of people are And I'm not talking about my private label stuff. I'm talking about retail arbitrage, stuff I find in stores that I turn around, resell on Amazon, stuff I find locally. If I find, you know, like a certain title of book, and I source like 40 titles of it, and all of a sudden it's selling like 5 a day, to me that's awesome. Because I'm gonna go out to 10 stores and try to source the rest of that inventory. So I'm gonna source what inventory is moving. And so I have about 10, doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have 10 products that are selling anywhere for between 20, let's say $18 and 30, I think we have one that is ripping it right now for $33 that we bought for $2, that we're selling about 5 a day, and it fluctuates. So that's 50 units a day just of these hot retail arbitrage products. You know, and I would say that's on the high side. Probably a more of a regular amount would be 3 a day, I think. About 30 makes sense of these particular hot items. Doesn't mean I'm doing, you know, I'm not doing singles of everything else. I still do a lot of singles of all my other products that I have in my inventory. But I just have these super hot ones right now, so we are doing a lot of swimming. Trying to source what is moving in our inventory. Source what inventory is moving. There's 2 eyes in that. But and then obviously I got my retail arbitrage products. I have 3 private label products that I've had queued up for at least 6 weeks. I've been at a standstill, and it's been frustrating. Not because I don't want to take action, my time's been so divided. I've been having fun going out to all these little events like Harry Potter and like that drink-a-thon at Science World, and coaching. Right now we're ramped up because we're in playoff season. I've been coaching like 4 times a week right now. So, and then obviously hanging out with my kids, got to do that I haven't had, you know, and then sleep. I just haven't had enough time to pull the trigger on these 3 products. And that's been weighing on my mind the most, because I do need to get my private label inventory game going. I've been putting so much time into researching. It's so important to take action, though. You can do all the research in the world that you want. You can find all the hottest products that you think are great and the numbers look great. You can do all the sourcing and get all the numbers and have it all queued up. But if you don't make that payment, create that listing, what's the point? What is the point? So I think to date, you know, I have about 5 bags or 6 bags of retail arbitrage inventory. You know, that's the other thing. We've been doing a lot of retail arbitrage, which is a constant for us. We put time in there. We do videos specific to retail arbitrage, obviously. But definitely creating listings is probably something I need to do a little bit more often. I think I'm going to start doing something a little different, in that when I find products that that are private label, that I'm pretty much at the point of pulling the trigger on, I think in this video actually it's kind of dawning on me that I should actually, hey, check this out, guys, hold on. Yeah, this is like a 45-degree angle going uphill. As you can see, these cars coming down the left, they're freaking out. There's not a lot of snow on the ground, but tomorrow morning, this is dangerous. One of the most dangerous to try to go down. And you can't really tell in the video, but I'm going straight uphill right now. I'm going 35. But it's going to be this is not the most treacherous. There's a few other really shitty roads. All see Vancouver, it doesn't matter where you are, with steep grades. Just a block to my right, or a few blocks, like it's called a street called Royal Oak. It hits a point where it's got to get to like 50 plus degrees straight down. It's definitely steeper than this one. Definitely doesn't have any plateaus or any curves. It's just straight down. Going to the left a few blocks is a road called Patterson. When the weather got this bad last year and I was trying to navigate my way home, traffic was at a standstill. I had to take multiple back end routes to get home, but I was coming down this one route, which was a east-west street going sideways, and I looked up Patterson, which is another steep hill, and there was a car sliding down sideways down the hill, going sideways, just to give you a visual on how crazy these cars are taking risks trying to go down these roads right now, sideways. So, and as that car was sliding sideways, I just happened to be going down through the intersection. And it was probably from here to the car in front of me. That's how close that car was to me, coming down that hill sideways. So, needless to say, I plastered the pedal to the metal and flew through that intersection. A lot of close calls. I actually hit something last year. I hit like a curb. It screwed up my tire. I got a flat tire with the van. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Got to keep those windshields going. So yeah, so back to private label. I think I'm gonna switch gears and start, I don't know if I should keep doing what I'm doing or if I should start creating more listings for my products so that it's really docked up and really ready to pull the trigger. I think for me, a lot of the times is that time that I like to put in taking to build the listing, put together that listing. Sometimes that's the bottleneck for me. I don't know what it might be for everybody else. If you're a private label seller, what holds you back from taking action with the product? I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about any financial stuff. But is there something that you go, oh, I just don't want to do that stage? In my course, I have 6 modules. Well, I have more than 6 modules, like 10 modules, but 6 stages really. But the stage of putting it all together, the creativity, it's not a hard stage. It's actually a really easy stage. It just means you got to sit in front of the computer and create a listing, throw in a barcode, throw in some bullet points, throw in some photos, a description, and SEO it. Honestly, it should take an hour. It's a stage that I probably need to start taking action on and creating a preliminary listing for products that I want to launch. It's funny because I did it in my course. Obviously, everyone who took my course knows that the product that I use as the example is the stability ball, the exercise ball, and that was just it's just a product that I just created a listing for. But at any time, I could literally just launch on that listing, make that buy, send the product to that inventory. Sending inventory is obviously easy for anyone who does retail arbitrage. Doing a shipping plan is like the easiest thing in the world. It might not be for retail arbitragers who have 500 units they're about to ship in, because there's so much to stickers and putting that all together and boxing it up, packaging it up, that it can take 6 hours, 8 hours to do a huge inventory shipment. But when you don't have the inventory and it's in China and they're doing all the work for you and you just have to pay a bill, create the listing, and create a shipping plan, it makes sense that I'm talking myself through it right now, because I'm probably going to go home and do these 3 listings that I have not paid for yet, but I should probably go and do it. I think part of it is I haven't finalized exactly the product that I want. When you're dealing with purchases out of China and sourcing, you ultimately have to come up with the I should probably go to the bank. You ultimately have to come up with the the exact specs that you want in your product. That is something I don't have. It still doesn't mean I can't create the listing and change it later. Create a simple title, create simple bullets, and then change it later. You know, those edits are easy to add in, sizes, easy to change the listing title to match exactly what it is that I am launching. Photos are easy to change. Remember, you can change your private label listing anytime, especially if you're the creator of the listing. A lot of people know my hybrid 2.0 or hybrid arbitrage coming out, where I show you exactly how to do a 3 or 4 listing launch, and not just the simple simplicity of launching 4 products, but the actual dynamic of launching 4 products and the listing part of it, the strategies behind how I actually change listings once products stick. There's dynamics behind that. There's dynamics on what you should pick. So yeah, there's a lot going on. At the end of the day, everything is all the pieces of the puzzle are shaping up. I hope they're shaping up for everybody who's watching this video. I hope that an abundance of stuff to do is upon you. I remember there was times when I had nothing to do. I was like bored at home, had nothing to do, nowhere to go and source product, nowhere to do retail arbitrage, no computer, didn't know about buying on Amazon, didn't know about sourcing from China, didn't know about this business model that we do. And not that I wasn't entrepreneurial, you know, not that I wasn't doing coaching or had a busy life. Is just a lot more busier and so much more, you know, so much more is coming out of this business that keeps me busy, that actually keeps me overly busy, that now I'm at the point where now I got to say no to a lot of projects, a lot of options. I got to start turning stuff down, and I have to start figuring out where to put my time. That's one thing that I think I'm at the stage of is, geez, I have no more time. So that is an interesting problem to have, I think. I am at the bank. I'm gonna leave you guys running because I'm only about 2 minutes from home, but I'm just gonna quickly do a bank deposit. When you have to do bank deposits for other companies, you gotta go throw that into the bank machine here. I'll be right back. Woo! Chilly out there. -4. What's it in Ontario right now? Let me see. What's up with the live chat? What's up? Hey Jody, do you have your seatbelt on? Yeah, I'm terrible for that. Teach us your ways, Yoda. Well, here you go. Here's a snowball. Check that out. That's my snowball for today. That snow is nice and light, fluffy. Would you eat this? Dare me to eat the snow? Straight off the ground. I don't know if I should have done that. It's pollution. I just had a bite of pollution. Ugh. Snowball. Woo. Okay, ready? Let's go. Throwing snowballs out the window. All right. Teaching my ways. I'm a Yoda. Do I look like Yoda? Do I look like Yoda? I can't even do Yoda voice. Got my hazards on. Do you think Skip the Dishes will deliver right now? Call Skip the Delicious, make sure they don't deliver my food, get some free credits. Yeah, I mean, summarize, I'm about 2 minutes from my crib. I think I'm gonna change something about private label. Probably talk a little bit about it in the private course. In that, if you are doing private label and you're having trouble pulling the trigger, create the listing. I think that's gonna be something that it's gonna be a war cry that I preach. Create the listing. I think that's a good strategy. You know what? Practice creating listings too. I have, not a lot, but I have about 100 barcodes that I bought. I'll put a barcode link in the description below, but I have about 100 of them. Funny thing is I still have about 80 left, but I should probably be gone out of those. I think, there's something to be said about the strategy of creating listings. Not that you need to fill them with inventory, but you need to go out there, look at products that you like, and create listings for those products, and create a brand for that product under your listing. But just go about the strategy of actually creating listings, throw some photos on there, make sure those photos are authentic, but create a listing. Amazon is a listing hotpot. I think it'll have the same dynamic for those who spend time creating listings, 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week, 5 a week, whatever you can do, 2 a day. For however long, maybe you have a goal, set yourself a goal, start creating listings from scratch and get great at writing sales pages. Bullet points, little icons, those little emoji icons, capital letters, regular letters, the words, keyword research. Just, if you have spare time and you can commit half an hour to creating a listing, you should be creating listings on a daily basis, and at least 1 a week minimum, and see how it changes, your skill set on creating listings. Because at the end of the day, the better you are at when it comes to creating listings, the better you are going to be ranking your product on page 1. Because the true signs of somebody who can create an amazing listing with amazing photos, amazing bullet points, an amazing description, who can SEO out of their listing, that is the expert that sellers like me want to hire on Fiverr. Those are the people who have demand. Look, I'm pulling them into underground here. So those who create listings, who can do that from scratch, and who when someone pulls up to their listing or even just does a search, and you're good at creating listings that come up in searches, that art form is probably isn't practiced enough by Amazon sellers. So I think I'm going to spearhead that. I think I'm going to spend the next 30 days creating at least 1 listing a day on Amazon, a product that I think I'm going to launch. But I think for the next, I'm going to become great at creating listing. Probably going to put retail arbitrage on the back burner, let my wife kind of handle that and spearhead that and do all the shopping there. Just free up my time with that. Coaching is coming to an end. We lost our first playoff game, which was a battle. Probably our best game of the year. We lost it by or something like that. Should be able to recoup some time there and recoup some time from retail arbitrage. Where else should I be able to recoup some time? That'll give me ample time. That'll give me plenty of time to create a listing a day and start mastering the art of listings. And then it'll do what I'm having problem doing, which is pulling the trigger, just because I'm using the fact that I haven't created listings as the reason for not making 3 buys that I should have made a long time ago. All right, guys, I am home. Coach Chrispect, the wise guy on YouTube.